Fujimoto is a literal madman. My expectations for this chapter were for it to be focused on maybe Nayata, but once again, Fujimoto completely does the thing I was expecting the least, and somehow by the end of it completely blows my mind yet again. There is so much to talk about in this chapter of Chainsaw Man. We're gonna get down to the bottom of this together. From what happened to Nayata to the owner of those pair of legs, let's just break it all down. But let me know if you like this chapter of Chainsaw Man by dropping a like on the video, and if you're one of the regular 5 to 15,000 people that usually watch my content, please subscribe. Seriously, it's super easy. All you have to do is click that button. And on top of that, we are exactly 100 subscribers away from 4,000 subscribers. And today is the Bento channel's birthday. On this, the day of Chainsaw Man chapter 156, which upon hitting that milestone, I'll do a lore video on a certain character you all know and love. Before we even begin the chapter, I often like to talk about the titles of these chapters, as they usually bring significance to the story to some degree. However, this week I'm pretty sure the title Wup 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 Bzz, Split Split is literally just the sound of Denji being dismembered. So in case you're having a bad day, well, why are you reading the chapter if that's the case? Don't raise your voice at me. So Denji starts out by waking up in a hospital bed as a helicopter flies over the hospital, which, if I were to guess, is a hospital-owned helicopter that transports high-value targets back and forth. Why? Because this is basically also a prison. It's a prison hospital. Denji immediately calls out to Nayata, remembering his hand on her head, and we hear a voice from across the room. It's none other than Yoshida, fresh off his fight with Yoru and Asa. Funnily enough, he says Denji sleeps like a dog, which, as always, continues the trend that Denji is seen as a dog. After all, his heart is that of a chainsaw dog. But understandably, all Denji cares about is knowing where Nayata is, and goes full-on Batman as he falls out of his bed yelling, "Where is she?" As Yoshida simply tells him he doesn't know the whereabouts of her either. And this is a very important note, which to me says that Nayata is alive to some degree, but the nature of that degree is to be determined. After all, the knowledge we're about to learn may not be a good thing that she's even alive at this point. But it turns out that Denji has been asleep for about a week, as Yoshida essentially tells him that he thought he made it clear. Turned into Chainsaw Man and he can't guarantee a normal life. He broke the rules, and because of that, it is out of his hands as he leaves the room, sedating Denji as he falls into a slumber once again. Outside the hospital room, my rage and seething disappointment reaches, well, all-time highs. Yoshida walks outside to see public safety members, one of them being fucking Fumiko, that for a lot of the last couple of arcs has really been growing on me. Well, Fujimoto, that asshole, has obviously been watching these videos despite me, because she is excited that Denji is going to be dismembered. It also turns out that Fumiko isn't exactly a fan, well, she's just a collector, so she wants to add to her collection like hairs or nails, and has some tweezers that she has. God damn. As Denji is deep in his sedated sleep, one which the Ramones would be probably jealous of, Denji tells Pochita in his head that he has to wake up and get up to go and save Nayata, which is another mention of Nayata being alive. So I think it's very least it's safe to say Nayata is indeed of the living. But Pochita is like, save her? Denji, you stupid idiot, you ain't got no legs. And the next page is simply shocking. In a way we've never seen Denji before, he's strapped to an operation table as doctors begin to dismember him into pieces, as it's being shown in graphic detail the buzzsaws ripping into Denji's legs, dismembering it from his body as blood sprays outward from the incision point. Truly gruesome, and yet again, all I can think about is just how this poor boy continues to be put through so much for committing essentially no crime other than just trying to protect his family. As they bag the limbs, most likely for storage, or Amy's foot fetish.
Put those grippers away!
The doctors tell a man in a black suit with an eye patch and a scar on his face to stop smoking in the operating room, but he refuses to leave because he is under orders to kill Chainsaw Man if he flees. This is because Denji is currently located at the Tokyo Devil Detention Center, and since its founding, no devil has ever escaped. So basically, this is like the movie The Rock now, and it'll take Denji, starring as Sean Connery, to break out. And it'll be hard to do though, as this facility is prepared for any and all contingency. Even the recent Chainsaw Man incident was no exception for them. Then, in the last panel, he says that it would take a war to compromise such a facility, as we see the familiar looking legs of a girl, and yes, At first, I had no clue who this was, but after not being stupid for a moment, I realized that this is clearly Asa's legs, as well the line that literally says it would take a war, which I think implies, well, all it needs to imply. Asa Mitaka and her imaginary BFF are about to jailbreak Denji from a life of dismemberment and experimentation. You go, girl, go rescue our boy. Obviously, this facility is part prison, part hospital, but mostly, I think, a place for experimentation on the devils and fiends that they can get away with without any severe repercussions. Now, here is a theory for you all. Going on the theory that this place is for experimentation above all else, what if this is where public safety creates some of their fiends? Now just hear me out. Let's take Power as an example. Just as an example, we don't really know her origin, we just know what Makima said about Power, which was that she was a devil that took over a human's body. So, what if Makima knows this because Power was created in this facility and got let loose somehow? Maybe obviously not from the facility, as nobody has ever escaped it, but we do know that Power was, among other things, completely naked, and her own account of her origins is seemingly missing from her own memory because she's never really talked about it. If she took over a dead body, why was the dead body naked, and so on and so forth? Just weird little bits and bobs, and really I'm just kind of spitballing here, but outside of that, I think it's too much of a coincidence that Denji is being dismembered, clearly for experimentation of some kind, and it would be naive to suggest that maybe this detention center, with its ability to dismember hybrids like Denji, didn't at least try to create some. What about the weapons? Who created them? We know how Denji was created, but it is rather odd that the weapons themselves all work for public safety and are all hybrids just like Denji. Something doesn't smell right, and it definitely isn't Power sent here, but it's gotta be something deeper and more sinister going on at this place, and god damn it, Asa Mitaka better save her future husband or this ship is gonna die. Also, how do you fight a war? Well, with an army, of course. And I wonder if Asa has put together her own team to break Denji out, or someone has put Asa in their team. Another thing to consider is that if Asa knows where the facility is and that Denji is in it, how the fuck did she figure that one out? She's just a regular ass autistic girl from Japan who really needs a hug and a friend. No way she is figuring this out on her own, right? So maybe it could be, Yoru told her about it, or maybe the sisters teamed up to break out their little sister Naita because she's in the facility and they know about it. As well, maybe Asa was contacted by a team of specialists with this kind of experience, and well, maybe Kishibe, I don't know. The blowjob devil Kobeni? I'm just saying. Y'all, I'm just saying that Kobeni may be a ball of anxiety, but she's really damn nimble and really powerful, and Kishibe kind of speaks for himself. And to be honest, with her being trapped in the amazing digital circus, I think it's about time to break Kobeni out and bring her friends along with her too. Some Raggedy Ann action going on. But with all that being said, let me know what your thoughts about the new Chainsaw Man chapter are. Who do you think those legs belong to? Is it Asa or Yoru? As well, do you think Naita is still alive? Let me know all your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.